it is built for maintenance. Over.
That's a good question. Thank you. So we have an experience with URA, because at first we used to import these gadgets and how they be assembled from here. But what URA does, URA will tax every component on this stuff that you bring and assemble. So they will tax this knob, this lead, the cable, everything will be taxed independently. And the cost of it goes high. And also when it comes to local manufacturing here, I think at the stage where we are, we're not yet there. But when it comes to, for example, the cabling that we do, for us, we import our cables from China. And there's a reason as to why. When we buy cables internally here, the length of cable that in China you get at 3,000, here is 8,000 because whereas in China they will deliver it here, a good quality, you pay taxes and everything, and the cost is 3,000. So the cost of local manufacturing here is still very, very high. And that has a limiting factor for us who want to do local assembling here. So we're going trying to engage the Ministry of Finance, and also URA, and also our partner that we work with, if that can be structured, because we want to do knowledge transfer. But if we want to do knowledge transfer and taxing every component that you see here, then we can't go in for us. We're profit oriented and we're looking for profits.
Thank you so much, Ekoka, for that brilliant presentation. We want to satisfy each and everyone, but we know time is not also on our side. I am going to give you less than, Charles, I'm going to give you less than 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes to wrap up and ensure you try to empty your basket so that whoever is here is satisfied enough. Once we are done, I have invited the professor intentionally. So professor will give you a moment, less than 2-3 minutes. Just say your mind, representing all the scholars worldwide. Then finally, I will also give an opportunity. We have the Minister of Finance with us. If we talk all this and you don't hear from them, my dears, you may live here and the things change. So we shall have the Minister of Finance giving closing remarks. Then I will come in later. Yes, let's now give you less than 15 minutes to wrap up. Then we have Professor, then we move on.
Thank you for that. So looking at our program, we only have two main things to settle. So as you can all appreciate that the different cooking solutions are available, be it at the household level or in the institutional level, and the different ways within which we are going to be monitoring, of course, will be dependent on the respective methodologies we're going to be using at the different VPA level. So if once, let's say, for example, you're joining the one for the LPG, we shall agree on which is the most suitable methodology, and we shall be adopting the respective monitoring plan as per that methodology. And the good thing is that, again, the carbon markets are very detailed, or rather, well or easy to understand ecosystem. So the methodology will explain to you exactly if you are looking at using solar for institutional cooking, which specific data parameters should you monitor? How do you monitor? How frequently should you be monitoring as well? So each methodology will be very, very explicitly clear for that. Where it's going to be done for the metered and measured energy cooking devices or TPDD tech. Each one of these will be very, very clear in terms of how do you measure, what do you measure, when do you measure it, etc. Do you do it on a weekly basis? Do you do it on a monthly basis or otherwise? So all that will be very, very explicitly made clear, and I take note of the fact that we already have developers in the country, developers in this room, they've been doing it, so there's no reason whatsoever that any one of you should have a reason not to be able to develop. So that said, not unless there's any burning question, I'll want to close with the last bit, which is second last bit is on the grievous redress mechanisms that must be deployed. Remember, at the POA level, the coordinating management entity is the ministry. That said, for each one of you who will be participating in the respective VPAs, you will be required to explain how exactly are you addressing this at the VPA level. So if you're going to be using electric cooking, biogas, LPG, etc., if you're going to be part of this framework, then you'll have to make sure that you really are very clear on how are you providing a platform that people can raise issues with respect to either your personnel or your carbon market, your carbon offset project. So that is something that will also be very well outlined within the VPA level as well. Lastly, again, just to wrap things up, in case there are no questions, I'll ask my colleague to project now the dates and venues for the upcoming stakeholder consultations. They were to happen this week, but again, because of the very busy Easter holidays, we have just aligned on the dates. And allow me to just drag. Oh, yeah, you can see it, yeah? Yes, I hope you can see it. Other than just read it out. The next LSC date will of course follow this up with an email to each one of you within the day. The next local stakeholder consultations that are following are now what you call the VPA level local stakeholder consultations, which were to happen this week but have been pushed forward because of the festivities. So the next one is going to be based in Gulu. I hope to see most of you in Gulu, especially for those who are looking to do electric cooking VPA. And we shall be meeting at the Global Friendship Hotel on Monday. So it's supposed to be 20th is Tuesday. Yeah. And then, so it's supposed to be Tuesday, 21st. Yeah. 20th is Monday, okay? And then the next one is going to be in Bale. Yes, you see, as you can notice from the locations, we are trying to do a full country circuit. So the next we're going to be in Bale again, talking more about the electric cooking VPA level at LSC, and it's going to be on Wednesday, the 22nd of April. We are going to be doing it from the Dream Palace Hotel, and just like this one, it's also going to be hybrid. So it will be good to see faces there, but if not, we shall also be doing this thing virtually. It's going to be a hybrid session. The third one, we are going to be dealing with those who are keen to support the transition by way of LPG. And in this case, then we're looking at Sheraton here within Kampala. It's going to be Tuesday, the 28th of April. And then we're going to be wrapping it up with those of the interest in biogas in Barara at Acacia Hotel on Thursday, the 30th of April. Now, to be very clear, these local stakeholder consultations are open to anyone, yes, to anyone. If you can be here physically, you're most welcome with the public sector, private sector. If you are the chef in a school, if you are the chef in the household, anyone is welcome to attend these things, either in person or virtually. So I'm seeing a question, who are your participants? It's open to all, but of course, those of you, especially the members of UNAC who are interested in electric cooking, then please attend the electric cooking VPS. Those who are interested in LPG, please attend the LPG LSCs, and those for biogas, please attend the same for those in biogas. So you're free to attend all of them, but of course, attend where you put the biggest interest in. That said, I'll pause there in case there is any question or comment, suggestion for improvement on the dates, venue.
Thank you, Charles.
Yeah.
Let's even approach to our consultants. You have done us proud today. So this is to give more clarification that we are designing this program based on the 6 value chains that we came up with. at the ministry. The 6 value chains that I mean are: 1, improved biomass. That's 1, is a value chain. 2 is LPG. 3 is biogas. 4 is what we call electric cooking. 5, we understand that we have our colleagues who are in briquette and pellet making. 6, we understand that we have our colleagues who are in ethanol. So those are 6 value chains. So this program is not leaving anyone behind. Are we together? However, this program, for you to participate, it requires some kind of criteria. And it's partly why we are doing this. So we are going to come up with the criteria for you to participate. Right? Now that is one component. Component 2, I said we are looking at this program in how many lenses? 4. The first one, I say it is private sector led, where we are looking at private sector participating as private sector. Then we have government participating as government. Then we have development partners participating as development partners. And finally, guess what? We have existing project developers participating as existing project developers. So this is not a 360 ecosystem that is not leaving anyone behind. I hope it is clear. At this moment, I want to not really close out for anyone who wanted to ask you a question. But I thought I needed to clarify further, so that as questions come in, they are clear. We want to give an opportunity to any member here who has the last burning question before we ask Professor. Also, share his mind in less than 5 minutes. Yes. If you have any comment, I'm just told, sorry, that you feel your comments here as well. Right? So
yes, thank you for the clarification of the overall program. But I'm interested to know if the government or this project is set at the minimum price or maximum price for the cook stoves to sell to the consumers, to the household or schools. Will you, not they dictate, but will you set the threshold? Or we said you're not, the private sector, the vendors are not allowed to sell for free, but they're not allowed to sell for market price. Will you somehow have a price list or your own prices? Because keeping in mind that the carbon credits come in.
I'm not sure if I got that question. No, the cost of the technologies for the end user, will it be regulated? Or to leave it to the market? So it means one vendor could say we give it for free, another vendor would charge 100,000 shilling for a simple cook stove. Okay, thank you. It's now clear. So if I can answer that very fast, partly it's the reason why we are conducting this stakeholder engagement. That's one. But number 2, the framework will clearly give guidelines, right? For the qualifications of those kind of ideas as you have shared. But I don't think where we shall have a space where we shall regulate that this should be for free, this should be for a certain amount of for certain price. But I think we shall try again to try to interrogate it further and see how this can go along the way. I think for now, yes, we'll continue trying to explore best options of making sure that really this program performs better and very well. Prof, this is your floor for the next 3 minutes. I will take a lot of your time. I am glad to be here. My name is once again Michael Mboka, the School of Forestry, Environmental and Geographical Sciences. So I professionally am a forester, but I for the last 20 years I've been doing climate change. So I'm happy that there are very many good initiatives that are coming, and if you are cognizant of the government of the programs, you realize that the initiatives discussing here help us to give on to say shoot one man, but shoot two birds with one stone, the other way around. But we are happy we are moving on to the path of sustainable development with clean energy. But also what it brings in to us is the aspect of being able to cash in all these initiatives to carbon markets. Now, I need to remind you that even the regulations that the government passed out last year, if you are intending to actually go onto the carbon market, you need to register the interest with the regulator, the climate change department. I've not seen anybody from the department here, but you need to write such an immediate letter of no objection. Once you do that, then as you develop your credits, they will require that, of course, somebody comes in to verify. Then after that's done, then they will give you they'll give you an approval of the proposal. You cannot take those units onto the market until they have been verified. And that has been signed off by the climate change. That is very important. Otherwise, you have done a very good job on moving people onto clean cooking, but you can't take those units onto the market, especially if the person buying them is going to use them for their NDC. Switzerland is one of the best buyers for some of these units. You will not buy your units until CCT has approved. So that's very important. Now, out of the technologies we discussed, he mentioned about charcoal not being renewable depending on how we manage the forest. And I'm glad she actually brought an improvement store. The government of Uganda has been very intentional that it is going to move to make charcoal renewable. That's the program we call improved biomass. That we're going to continue using charcoal. Because the target of the government is 50% moving into these other technologies, but 50% of the government will continue using charcoal. We are not going to change it down. So the current action, if you check the law, it says the NDC, it says the government of Uganda is going to support large-scale tree planting for charcoal making. That's the second objective on mitigation. The third one is government of Uganda is going to support small-scale woodlands for charcoal making. The fourth option in there is government of Uganda is going to support improved charcoal making. As a forester, I can say that if you make charcoal the traditional way, the calorific value is about 20%. If you make that charcoal with improved cookstoves, it can improve up to about 40%. You have like the same amount of charcoal, but if it's made a good way, better when you cook well, you can actually have more energy from the same amount of charcoal. Into achieving the but also as getting credits
how we are handling the woman, how we are handling the girl child. For now, that is the focus of this part. We need to be gender responsive in what we do. I think that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. Some more round of applause, please. To have him here the whole day, and he shares with us this knowledge is something we cannot take for granted. So we thank you, and you're representing all the scholars worldwide today in this consultation meeting. Organize two important people again in the house. The private sector, clean cooking, is being represented by the chairperson. And no, I'm being intentional. The chairperson is representing the clean cooking private sector, right?
Yes.
Am I correct?
You're correct.
Yes. So they need to grab hands for Beatrice. They are also accepting that you're here. You may need to stand up for recognition. Some people don't know you. Is the one, it's the chairman. But again, we have one lady who has done wonders in cooking, private segment. Wherever you see those stoves in settlement areas, everywhere, it is her driving that thing as well. Let's recognize Sarah. Sarah is here. Stand up for recognition. Some people know you. He's a strong lady. I see they are giving even some gifts already. Now we are going to invite my colleagues from the Ministry of Finance. You have less than 3 minutes. And as usual, you can maybe summarize this in less than 5 seconds, depending on what you need. Please carry on. Anywhere you want to start.
I'll be as brief as I can. Sorry, if you can see me. To introduce myself, my name is Nick Brown, and I work as a senior economist in the climate finance unit. So very briefly, for those of you who are not familiar, my colleague is here as well from the unit. And our mandate within the Ministry of Finance is to mobilize finance funding for projects, international sources, and for public or private sources. For climate impact, be that mitigation of greenhouse gases or adaptation and resilience to the impact of climate change. And so for us, it's fantastic to see the clean cooking initiative, I think, accelerate as it has done. It's been great to see the presentations on POA today. I think it is important to emphasize the role that carbon finance and the carbon sector plays in climate action. In Uganda, and will increasingly play thanks to this and other efforts. The clean cooking sector, I think, supports a wide range of policy frameworks, including the National Climate Finance Uganda, which we published last year. The fantastic way of bringing private sector towards climate action. And of course, it's not only the climate benefits of clean cooking. We are all well aware of the health benefits that come from increased penetration of cookstoves, resilience to fluctuations in price of traditional biomass sources. So it's good to have seen these presentations today. Let's all work together to put this into action over the coming months. And I would just then close, I think, with thanks to the various participants today. So Christmas from the Ministry of Energy, thank you very much. It's been great to have everybody convened in the room today. Good representatives of the private sector companies. I won't list you, but it was fascinating to see the presentations on your products. And to First team, of course, for preparing yourself. So thank you all very much.
More of applause to my colleagues. Thank you once again. We have come to the end of the beginning of this great stakeholder engagement. We look forward to meeting you in a regional engagement as we have stipulated it. Just quickly to just go through them. You can cancel them again. We are going to be in Guru on Monday 20th. And our people online, maybe they need to note this as well. We were supposed to be in Guru tomorrow, but because this is going to be a holy week, the engagements that were supposed to be within this week to 20th. So we shall begin from 20th. We are going to be in Guru. Then from Guru, we will move to Mbale. Guru is northern region. So the entire region of northern, we shall meet them in Guru. Then the entire region of eastern, we shall meet them on 22nd of April. And we're going to be in Mbale. We look forward to really meeting all these people. Then we shall come back here in Kampala. This time around, we are moving to Sheraton. We look forward to meeting you as well on 28th here in Kampala. Then later, we shall move to Western region, where we shall meet on 30th of April this year 2026. We look forward to further engagements. We still have virtual option for those who will need to join virtually, but we look forward to your inputs. This is our program. I emphasize again, this is our program. Your idea is very important to make sure that what we are designing is fitting within your business model and is going to make you improve on your business operations. We look forward to meeting together in the respective days as I have mentioned them for God and my company. Let's end here.
The bringing this to a close. Thank you for joining.